Pico, 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 Pico. So internet is flooding with this title, and Raspberry Pi has released its brand new microcontroller that's nothing else but the Raspberry Pi Pico. Some say it's dope, while others say it's for babies. Nevertheless, we don't believe in shit and we can't judge a book by its cover. So without any further delay, let's get started with our video. Without wandering over internet and YouTube videos, I jumped right off to their official website where I was simply impressed by the documentation and product overview. Immediately gave me 3 reasons to get a Pico. Alright, if you want to buy a Pico like me, then they have enlisted some authorized retailers. Like in India, they have ThinkSpeed, Silverline Electronics, Robo.in, but I won't go blindly for any deal. I am going to find the best one, and by the time you go through the time lapse of me calculating all the deals on their respective websites, there are some points to ponder and some awesome specs to look out for, which I found out on their official website. So after comparing all the prices from the online stores, I thought to go with the Silverline Electronics because they were offering me the best deal. And like when my excitement level was sky high, and I was just going to order my Pico, and it was going to add up to my collection of microcontrollers, and eagerly in my mind it was running Pico coming soon. I went to the website and went for a combo deal with pin headers and micro-B cable. It rounded off to around 335 or 340 rupees. And the next moment I'll go to checkout page and fill in the details for address, and what I see, damn, they are charging 100 rupees for delivery. Alright, 100 rupees doesn't matter, but I really wanted to prove that a dirt cheap product can also be of high quality. In order to do justice to Pico, I did not purchase and drop the plan. No, I did purchase it, but I got in touch with the offline vendor, and the next moment I am right in front of it. And people living in Bhubaneswar, please check out the store at Asanagar, Bihar. Address given in the description box below. They also do have a website, sagargaelectronics.com. If you want to purchase anything regarding robotics or electronics, feel free. Alright, got the Pico at just 360 rupees, which is $5 at home, and let's unbox it. cinematic shots. Now it's time to solder the pins to our Pikachu, hashtag the Pico, so that we can program it and use all its peripherals to its utmost. And you need to be careful with the solder iron, because if you aren't paying attention to it, you will end up messing like me, as you can see. Sorry for that. And if you want to directly jump right into the programming part, timelines are given to you. A lot of effort has been given towards making this video, and I would be really happy if you would share the video or drop a like. Do subscribe the channel for more Pico tutorials and projects which are coming really soon. Till then, enjoy the time lapse and go towards the program.
I was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile. Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile.
So we will be programming our Pico with the infamous Blinky code. It is quite easy. Come to the official website, select get started with C++, or you can go with MicroPython as you wish. Download the UF2 file and let me explain you the code given below, so that we can get an idea how programming is done in Pico. So as usual, the program starts with main function. Then we include the library, which is the standard library for Pico, and in order to use its functions, implementation of these functions are very well described in the documentation. And then we move on to declaring a LED pin, which is pin number 25, that is the onboard LED. Then we initialize the GPIO peripheral for that pin number and keep the direction as GPIO output mode. Alright, and we create an infinite loop where we are setting the GPIO pin high and low, and in between providing some delay of 250 milliseconds by using the functions GPIO put and sleep_ms. Next up, I copied the downloaded UF2 file to my desktop for demonstration. This UF2 file is generated from the C++ code by using make command. This is for another video, I will show you definitely, but for that you need to stay tuned, subscribe and
keep that pen notification on.
As you can see, in order to connect your Pico to the host, we need a USB to micro-B cable. But as it was not programmed earlier, it got detected by simply inserting the micro-B cable. But if you want to reprogram it, then you need to press the reset button, yes, the white one, and then insert the micro-B cable, so that the host will detect the Pico as a mass storage device. Yes, the uploading method used in the Pico is mass storage. And once we have done with the procedure, let's head on to the desktop and copy the UFT file. Here you can see I will simply drag and drop the UFT file onto the RPi RP2S storage device with 127 MB flash. As soon as you drop the file, it will eject automatically and the LED will start blinking. Isn't that cool? As well as easy. So stay tuned for more Pico tutorials in MicroPython as well. I will be uploading a hell lot of projects with Pico. I'll show you dedicated examples on peripherals like GPIO, I2C, UART. We will get to know about Pico. So that's it for this video, guys, and do not forget to like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon to get more updates on this Pico. Until then, we will see you. Pika, pika, peace!